Oh, looks like we might be live. Want to say hi to Naomi, Mendy, and Justin.
Hey everyone.
And I also want to try to open. How can I open the YouTube thing when it doesn't list it on my channel? Oh, there it is. There it is. I guess you have to start the stream before it'll list it. Now I want to have to turn the volume off on it though.
Yeah, I've got to do the same thing. How is everybody? How are we all doing? I can see Kristen as well. Kristen, Naomi, Justin, Mendy. And we've also got Whispers Healing with My Ancestors, Asha Light Eagle. Hey everyone.
Hi everybody. I'm going to try and put that little banner on if I can get it to work. Let's see. Oops. Wait a minute. Oh, here, that's the one. Okay. Welcome everybody. The arrangement's a little tricky. We're trying to make this a little bit festive, but I'm in between. It's like, if I put the camera down, you can see polar bears and a holiday thing on my sweatshirt, but you can't see if I wear a festive hat. But then if I put it up, well, I can't do that anyway with my headphones on, really.
I was going to say that's like, not to be rude, but that's a strange looking hat, but it's because you got your headphones on.
It doesn't really work with the headphones on. I made a whole ton of these hats years ago. This one kind of looks a little bit like a Christmas tree.
Oh, hey Sophie. It's lovely to see you. How are you, lovely?
And here's the candy stick one. Ta-da.
Nice.
Elf.
That, I know that hat, or is that the one that you wear in your, is it your Facebook profile picture or something?
Yeah. And, oh, we're not getting enough of the screen. I have a little Christmas tree back here somewhere that changes colors, but I guess the screen isn't wide enough to pick it up.
Robin, see if you change, so see the screen options down below.
Yeah.
There's one where you can make us both wider. Like that,
like that.
Is that, still can't I see a Christmas tree, mind you?
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's behind my name there.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, well, it's so small, it doesn't matter anyway.
My Christmas tree's over there. I'd need to move the entire... In fact, hang on. Right, hang on. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to spin my entire computer around and try and show you my Christmas tree. And just check that there's nothing unseemly that I don't want you to see.
Mine changes through about 6 colors. It's just this little cheapy one. I noticed Lucian got one of these too. But there's not a good place to set it up. Oh, well.
Oh, gosh.
We're so professional, folks.
I know. Like, I'm literally wrecking my office here to show you this, but I feel as though I'm committed now. There you go. See my Christmas tree?
Oh, yeah. It's in the other room. Or is it in that room? It looks like it's in a back room. Is that out your window or is that another room?
No, so this is my study that we're in. That's my upstairs living room.
Oh, nice.
Right, I'm going to try and bring order back to the chaos here.
Hey, let's see. Where did we leave off? Sophie Moon, Blue Crescent, Whispers Healing with My Ancestors, Asha Light Eagle. Boy, that's a mouthful. Jackie. Hello, Jackie. And I think I'm caught up. Yeah, so the camera isn't really positioned right for my festive wear here. I have to hitch up my sweatshirt to see it. Oh, well. I don't know if we have any knitters or crocheters in the chat. Regina. Hello, Regina. I made this. If we've got any crochet, I don't guess Jade is around. I made this garland. I crocheted this garland, which is really easy to do just with a chain stitch and then little chains of 10 made into sort of multicolored Fruit Loops that I stitched on. Really, really easy to do for anybody that does crochet, but I don't think any of them are here yet. And I don't really have a tree this year to put it on, so.
Oh, is that like instead of tinsel you would use that? Like...
Yeah, it's like garland, you know, that you put a string around your tree, kind of, you know.
All right.
Very homemadey, crafty.
Cool. Hey, Sarah.
I think Sarah's a yarn crafter, I believe. So, you have any holiday traditions or things that you do around the home, you and Sandy?
Gosh, no, just the Christmas tree, really. The Christmas tree, I've got my advent calendar. In fact, I've not eaten my chocolate from my advent calendar for today.
Your chocolate from what? Oh, from the advent calendar.
Advent calendar, yeah. We've got this like kind of half person sized Darth Vader. In fact, I can go and grab them and show you if you want. Give me 2 seconds, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Sarah, I was just showing that I crocheted this little garland for a tree, which I don't really have up this year. It's just little kind of Fruit Loop rings that I strung multicolored onto a chain stitch garland. Very easy to do.
It looks nice, colourful.
What did you
So we've got this Darth Vader statue, right? And he's like, he comes up to my hip or something. He's just below where the camera is just now. And we've also got this. It's meant to be like a kind of Christmas bauble thing, but it's like a Santa head. So beside our tree, we have Darth Vader basically standing with Santa's dismembered head. And I don't know if you could see, but we put my tree right beside the big window, and it's a main road out there. So I think you might have saw a car go by when I showed you my tree. So Darth Vader stands in front of the window holding Santa's head. So that and the Christmas tree are about our only Christmas decorations. But yeah, it's fun.
I was curious if you found an advent calendar that had white chocolate in it, because I know you like white chocolate. They probably don't make them though.
Do you know, actually, we got my advent calendar this year was from Sandy picked up at work. It's like a Hogwarts castle, and it's got drawers for the. In fact, it's right there. I can show you. 2 seconds. So I'm not usually big on promoting Harry Potter stuff these days, but this was from Primark. Sandy got me it, so this is my advent calendar, and he got me. He made it up for me with the chocolates. You put your own stuff in it, so I think it was. God, what was it? Was it Miniature Heroes? You probably wouldn't have them over there, but it's like a company that does chocolate. So what is today? Actually, I'll have my chocolate just now. Today's the 6th. Is that right? Oh no, the 7th.
Today is the 7th.
Oh, so have I had my chocolate yesterday? Yes, I have. Right. So what have I got today? Oh, it's a Cadbury's Eclair today. They're looking quite tough toffee. They're not my favourite, but
do you each have your own calendar?
No, he
Or
doesn't have a calendar actually, just because I'm a bit of a shit boyfriend and never got him one. It only occurred to me yesterday. I was like, oh, I probably should have got him one, but
so do you
um,
each eat half a candy?
no, I'm. Sandy just gets the short end of the straw and doesn't get. In fact, I'm not going to eat this just now because they're dead chewy and it won't be very graceful.
Sarah likes your jumper.
Oh, thank you. Mendy says that my lighting looks way better, no pixelating in the blinds. Are you using something different? No, not really, Mendy, but I've turned on my big light and turned off my lamp kind of light thing, so I can't remember how I had the lights on the Zoom call. But yeah.
Oh yeah, she's not here, but I forgot it's Jilly's birthday, so we should wish her happy birthday. And if we see her pop in, we'll let her know.
Jackie says, Chris, what's up? You talk to me, or is there another Chris?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what. Jackie, what are you shouting about? Oh, sorry.
So what about you, Robin? Have you got any kind of traditions that you tend to do around about this time?
Not really, because I'm alone. I mean, I just kind of make my own little happy Christmas for myself, but I mean, I like ornamentation. And I mean, when I think of the holidays, I think of ornamentation and lights and color. So I like to have like just little, bits and bobs, as you say, around the house that, are ornamental or have a little bit of color to them, and I like to sort of look for tarot decks that have those elements in them to play with around the holidays, and sweets, which I shouldn't be eating. I ordered my parents aren't around anymore, but I was talking to my sister. I said, was thinking of Dad the other day. And his favorite thing around the holidays, his favorite treat was chocolate-covered cherries. So I thought, I'm going to get a box of chocolate-covered cherries just to bring his spirit back into the house, something to think about him, And my mom, she liked cashews, salted cashews. So I got some of those and these peanut butter candies. They're hard candies with peanut butter filling. I ordered, but they haven't arrived yet. And my favorites are these cookies that are like, I guess some people call them snowballs. We used to call them Russian tea cakes when my mom made them at home. Right, but now you can buy them off of Amazon through David's Cookies sells them. And so I've been kind of making my way through those. So yeah, I shouldn't be eating any of that crap, but it's the holidays. Hey, Justin, Queen Anne cherries, that's the one.
Okay, sounds nice.
Who is Queen Anne? Is she part of the British royalty history? I don't know who Queen Anne is or was.
I don't know.
Are there any particular Scottish related traditions or rituals or anything around the holidays?
I don't think there's anything particularly Scottish at Christmas. I know that at New Year we tend to do something. We tend to kind of diverge a wee bit and do our own thing. It's quite traditional. We call New Year's Eve is called Hogmanay in Scotland. And it's kind of traditional to have like a haggis supper and have it gets like if you stay at a fancy Scottish hotel in Hogmanay, you'll get like a haggis supper and it'll get piped in, so someone will play the bagpipes whilst the haggis is being served.
My mom had a weakness for the bagpipes, I think because her father, that side of the family is from Scotland. So, if you go back in my history, we're from half side, one side's from Scotland, the other side's from England. So
Yeah.
she loved hearing the bagpipes, and they always made her cry. In fact, we had a bagpipe player at their memorial service, so that was kind of nice.
Oh, that's nice.
But sorry, go on. What were you saying about bagpipes?
Nothing. No, that was it. They pipe the Haggis in. Another thing that we do is so on New Year, it's said to be bad luck if the first person into your house, in the new year, comes in empty-handed. So you do what's called first footing. I don't know if this is a Scottish thing or a British thing, or like all my UK people, Jackie, is first footing something that you know about? Is that something that you do, or is this just a Scottish thing? So basically, what my poor dad used to do, and it's even more a shame because Hogmanay is my dad's birthday, but so my dad would basically like you always watch the bells. So on Hogmanay, you stay up till midnight and the bells play on the TV, so as you know that to bring in the new year. But my dad would go outside just like a minute before, and then once the bells had gone off, once the new year had come, my dad would then chap the door in that way that he was the first person into the house and he wouldn't be empty-handed. So that it's the superstition that if the first person into your house comes empty-handed, then it's bad luck. So like you normally come in with like a bottle of beer or a bottle of wine or something like that. I had a neighbour a couple of years back who chapped my door and came in with a packet of square sausages. So in Scotland, square sausages is something that we do.
So did your dad take something out to bring back in, or did he have to go get something outside?
Yeah, no, he took something out. He would just take something out and first foot.
So how do you spell that? Because it sounds like you're saying hog money.
Hogmanay. So I need to type it out. Hogmanay, I think. Hogmanay.
What do you know what it means?
I would need to Google it. So I would imagine it just means New Year's Eve.
It doesn't have anything to do with hogs, right?
I don't think so. Hang on, I'm Googling it as we speak. Hogmanay is a Scots word for the last day of the year and is synonymous with the celebration of the new year in a Scottish manner. It's normally followed by further celebration on the morning of the New Year's Day, or in some cases the 2nd of January, a Scottish bank holiday. So yeah, in Scotland we get the 2nd of January as a bank holiday. So we get it off work, which is nice.
Oh, somebody asked how you make a square sausage.
So I would have pretty much the same way you make. Well, you know how you make a link sausage. Is like the sausage gets put. Do you used to have link sausages, don't you?
Yeah, but that goes in a tube. But there's no square tubes, are there?
Yeah, no. So it's not. It doesn't go into like a skin or anything like that.
More
It's just kind of made into a patty. Yeah, kind of. Except instead of round, it's a square.
I see. Like a sausage burger, Jackie says.
Yeah. Sarah says, Chris, isn't it supposed to be a good-looking man with a gift or something like that? Do you know? It may well be actually. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. First footing is a Scottish thing. I know some Canadians who have Scottish heritage that do it, says Sarah. Right, okay. I've actually got family that live in Canada. My paternal grandmother's sister lives in Canada, so she does.
What part of Canada?
Oh, I've no idea. I don't know. Yeah. Do you link your own sausage in a Scottish accent? So yeah, that's really, but then that's New Year. That's not really Christmas tradition. So Christmas, I can't really think of anything that we do differently. I know that in my house we always did Christmas dinner at dinner time. We didn't really do a Christmas lunch, but I don't think that's particularly Scottish. I think that's more just my family did that.
Do you go to a mass or anything like that?
I don't because I'm not religious, but my gran. So I've been to like mass before, yeah. So you, I think it's the traditional to do a midnight mass.
Yeah.
So I was raised a Roman Catholic, so they would do
Mhm.
midnight mass for Christmas. Like as in on Christmas Eve night into Christmas morning. But I don't think they really do that as much. It's not as common to see that done anymore. I don't think. I'm not really sure why they stopped doing it. I think it was something to do with because I don't know, just it was getting a bit dodgy to do it or something.
Yeah. I was raised, baptized and raised Presbyterian, more to appease my grandparents than anything. My mom and dad took us to church until we were like in our teens, and then they said, now you're on your own. You're old enough to decide what you want to do, and we sort of stopped going. We still would go occasionally on Christmas Eve. They had I don't know if it was midnight or not, but it was a candlelight service. And it was really nice though. It was fairly dark, dimly lit in there. And they had this really nice thing where everybody had these candles and they would light one, and each person in the whole church would light their candle off of that candle until the whole church was lit, which was a nice ritual, I think. And then they had usually like a bell choir in the front, bell ringers, the hand bells that they would do a couple of tunes. And
That's nice. That does sound
fun.
nice.
Yeah.
That candle lighting thing rings a bell with me. So it does.
No pun intended.
I know, no pun intended, but it does. It resonates with me for some reason. Maybe we did that in my church. Justin used to sing in the choir, and it was by candlelight. That was an old tradition. I love it. Oh.
Sarah says the candle lighting's 100% pagan.
Yeah, as is most of Christmas things. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Christmas trees. That's pagan, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
They did. I was watching a show about Christmas, the history of Christmas, and they didn't start having trees in the home until the late 1800s. And
really?
Yeah, I think it might even have been Queen Victoria, maybe, saw a German family tree or something lit with candles or something, and decided to adopt the habit or ritual or whatever. And I think that's where I heard it started. Also Christmas cards started around that time or a little bit later too, just before the 20th century. Christmas tree, candles, saint worship, the date, all of it's pagan. Says Kristen Louise.
Justin says the earliest documented story is, I believe, 1604 of Christmas tree. So you're saying the first recorded time of the use of a Christmas tree was in the year 1604? That's interesting.
Well,
isn't it?
I don't know what country that would have been. I think what I heard was that it wasn't in England until the late 1800s. Yeah. And then it wouldn't have been in America probably until then or later. I don't know actually.
Yeah. It's a nice thing to do, regardless of where it comes from. Or
I can't imagine though lighting your tree with candles on it. What an amazing fire hazard! And they get drier as the season goes on.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take much to set your whole house ablaze.
We put the tree up. We put our tree up on Friday with Sophie, and it was brilliant. We had a great day doing it. We had a great evening doing it. She had such good fun, so she did.
How old is she now?
She's 2 or 2.5.
So does she remember from last year, or is this the first year that she noticed or remembered, you think?
I think this is probably the first year when she'll remember. I'll be surprised, to be honest, if she remembers this year, even like going forward. You know, she can speak quite well now, whereas she couldn't speak last year.
My mother told me when I was little, I used to be afraid of the Christmas tree because back in the 50s, when I was born, they didn't have the same tree lights. The bulbs on the tree lights were really hot,
Right.
and they were large, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess I was fascinated by the colors and touched one and burnt myself.
Oh, and burnt yourself.
And it
Right.
scared me, I guess. So I hid behind the couch from it. Apparently, it's the story they used to tell me. Oh, and they were bad too. The electricity, the way they were strung, if one of the bulbs went out, the whole string wouldn't work. So you had to like keep changing the bulbs to see which one was the bad bulb, so that
Yeah.
oh my God, it's so much better these days.
Yeah.
With the technology.
Yeah. Series circuits versus parallel circuits.
Yeah. Poor wee Robin, says Sarah. Kristen Louise says she remembers those giant hot bulbs when she was little. They were magical. I remember we had these neighbors and they had these little bubble lamps. It looks like a little glass candle on a holder, and they were electric, but they had liquid inside, so they would light up, but like it would be like rising bubbles, almost like a lava lamp or something.
Lava lamp type thing, yeah.
And I was so jealous of those. Like we never could have them, but I always wanted them. I loved visiting the neighbors' houses when they had their trees going with their little bubble lamps.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And my mom was kind of crafty. For a while, we were making our own tree ornaments. She had these patterns with felt and all this like gold foil trim and sequins and pins and pearls and things. And we'd sit around the kitchen table cutting out patterns and decorating these styrofoam balls with all this stuff. I liked all that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Naomi made links with paper and twisted crepe paper on the ceiling. Huh.
That's cool.
I don't think we were ever big on stringing popcorn. Like some people string popcorn and cranberries and things like that. Sarah says in Germany, you only set up the tree on Christmas Eve, so it's still fresh and less of a hazard. Yeah, everything's so early now. I mean, it's like, right after Thanksgiving, pretty much.
Yeah,
Justin,
I think lots. I don't know about if you noticed this over your way, Robin, but here lots of people seem to have been setting up their trees like a lot earlier than what they usually do, like in November. I think it was just with the whole COVID thing, they wanted something and because we were kind of locked down and stuff, like people were just looking for something, something to lift their spirits and stuff. So I've noticed that a lot of trees have been going up really early this year.
Yeah, the whole thing comes and goes so fast. I mean, I wasn't even ready for the holidays, and here we are already, the end of the first week in December. There's only, about 2 or 3 weeks to go, and then it's all over already. And I always kind of enjoy the season coming up, and it's fun seeing all the colorful commercials on TV and all the specials and cartoons and all the catalogs. I get all these catalogs with all these little tchotchkes in them. I love looking through the mail order catalogs, and I haven't been to any shops this year to do any shopping, but I like to look at all that little crap. Is all your shopping done, or are you still shopping?
I still need to get stuff. I need to. Well, I kind of feel bad now. Jackie's made me feel bad about not getting Sandy an advent calendar, so I kind of need to find one online to order. So, if anybody sees an advent calendar online that I can order, then give me a shout, guys. But
you do all your shopping online, or you go to shops and things?
No, not always. I think this year I will. Maybe just get a few last minute things from the shops, but I'll do do a good bit of it online. I think we've started doing like Secret Santas and the different families. So
Uh,
I've got two Secret Santas on the go, one for my side and one for Sandy's side. So rather than buying, everyone buying everyone something, we've each got one person to buy for, and we'll spend a bit more on that one person, and like they can do a wish list and stuff like that. And it's just, I don't know. I think it's
we
just
had
better
a
that way.
secret Santa at work one year, and it was a total disaster. I mean,
Really?
it would have been nice because it was originally just our department, but then the boss's daughter decided she wanted to get in on it, and wouldn't you know, she picked my name, and I couldn't stand the woman, and it
Right.
was just like, I don't know, there was just something really creepy crawly about the whole thing. But it would have been nice if it was just, our friendly little group. I don't know why she had to horn in. It was just, she was not a very nice person. So that's why I make an
Would she
issue
have been the
over.
only person that wasn't in on it if he's
No, no, the whole rest. It was a store with like 200 employees, and our department had about 8 to 10 employees. And she wasn't really in our department, but I mean, she was the boss's daughter, and I guess she got wind of it and decided she wanted to be part of it too.
right?
And also, I I bought a gift for somebody that I knew what they liked. Oh, I think they usually set like a limit, like $10 limit or something. You're not supposed to spend very much. And I bought something specially tailored to this person. And she thought that somebody else that she couldn't stand got her name and bought this stuff for her. And she threw a hissy fit over it. And I had to tell her, stop behaving that way. It wasn't her, it was me that bought your stuff. So, you don't need to put on attitude about. It's so funny, the woman's name was Karen. It wasn't Karen that bought your stuff. It was me. So stop throwing a fit over it. You don't have anything to hate or despise her for. I don't
What
know.
did she get her that she was so offended by? Did you
She
get her
was.
like a size too big in a dress or something?
No, I don't know. I got her two things. I knew she liked origami, so I got her a little packet of colorful origami paper, and then also they had a budget line of CDs, and there was this Chet Baker sings jazz CD on a budget label that wasn't like a full-length CD. It had maybe 8 songs on it or something. So both of those rang in together under $10. And I knew she liked, singers, and she liked Chet Baker. So I got her, this little packet of origami and this thing, Chet Baker. And I guess she knew that Karen knew that she liked this stuff. I don't know why she wouldn't have known that I knew too, or why she would have assumed that Karen was the one that got her stuff. And I don't know why she cared, because it was stuff that she liked, but it was the fact that Karen, who she despised, she thought gave her the gifts. It just was. I didn't mean to go on this long side trip of a bad story.
Oh, that's fine.
It just was a Secret Santa that did not turn out well at all, and it could have been really nice.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about keep things cheery through the dark times. Cheap lacy tights and gloves. Naomi got cheap lacy tights and gloves one year.
Yeah, I think like I know there's someone in my work that doesn't really enjoy Secret Santas because I think one year someone had got her like, I don't know, it must have been some idiot that got her and thought it'd be funny to get her some like tampons, and do you know what I mean? Just like being really kind of amateur and childish.
I know that there were friends of mine that did that. They had like a gag gift Secret
Mm.
Santa thing,
Oh,
And
right, okay.
this my friend Doug got his friend Eileen a pair of nose hair trimmers,
Oh,
and she
God.
was highly offended.
Oh, dear. But if it's a gag gift, if it's like known for being a gag gift
Yeah,
thing, then
yeah. I mean, she should have known better. And she didn't have a nose hair issue. I think it was just a funny thing.
oh, God.
And
What
then
else is on
my
the
friend Brian did something like that too, and he bought for somebody. It was a knife, and the label on the knife said a 3-inch boner, which I guess is the name of a knife that you debone stuff with, and the knife was
Yeah,
only
yeah,
3 inches. But the
yeah,
fact
yeah,
that it said 3-inch boner on the knife package was, the big joke.
yeah.
Hmm.
Secret Santa never works well because there is always a cheapskate in the bunch,
Hmm.
says Justin. Yeah, I think that's why you set a kind of price, don't you? So you set a price that
Yeah.
everyone kind of aims to spend, and
Well, I
I think
ended
that.
up getting Argyle socks from my boss's daughter, which I could care less about. Socks are socks to me, but I mean, that was as creative as she could get to get me a pair of socks. You can always wear socks, but still, I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
Neem. Hi, Neem. Her office set a limit range. Yeah, we had like a $10 range. I don't know how high they go.
Oh, there you go. Kristen says she got some boogie candles this year.
What
Sorry,
is that? What
Bougie.
are
I don't
what
know,
are
Bougie candles this year, and a Secret Santa, very nice ones. So there's
oh,
someone who's been happy with a Secret Santa.
is
Um,
bougie like fancy, maybe? Like
yeah, or
what's
bougie,
that word?
bougie,
Bougie.
bougie.
Yeah.
Justin says our friends all have an understanding that they don't buy gifts for adults, just kids, because it's already too stressful. But we end up buying for each other anyway. See, yeah, that's I, the thing is, right? Then you're kind of, yeah, it's kind of like not fair on the people who don't have kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I suppose, like, obviously, Justin doesn't have kids, and he's quite happy with that. So, it's whatever works for people, I guess, isn't it?
I'm kind of relieved in a way that I'm all alone. It sounds really grinchy, but I don't have an onslaught of people to buy for anymore. I never did because I didn't have a very, very big family. But these people that have families of, 10 and 12 kids and cousins and nieces, and I mean, well, you have a few brothers and sisters. Do you buy all of them gifts and all the in-law or,
So,
cousins and uncles and
not cousins, no. Cousins and uncles, no. I used
Sa-
to have a
Sandy's
big list.
family?
So Sandy will normally deal with his family. Um, but yeah, it used to be that I would get for like all my brothers and sisters, my mum, my dad, my stepmom, my stepdad, like my grands, all that kind of thing. And then so we've kind of, this is why we're doing the Secret Santas now, just so that we don't need to go through with all that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm I'm quite like buying gifts for people, to be honest. I like giving gifts, and especially if I've got something for someone and I think like they'll really enjoy this, then I really enjoy like kind of like I love Christmas Morning with Andy. So I do, like we both do. We both love, like, kind of love it, not because you're getting something, but because you're giving something, and it's just fun when you've got something that you think the
Yeah.
person's really going to like. So it's quite good from that perspective.
Do you
Um,
guys have anything like the dollar stores over there where you are?
yeah,
Do
the
you,
pound shop.
did you say pawn shop?
Pound
Oh,
shop.
pound shop. Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know if there are any here in New York City, but I mean, we had them in Pennsylvania, and I love that stuff. I love the dollar store down there. In fact, near the end of my Christmases down there one year, I said, just because they used to hang up stockings and put stuff in them, I said, just take a $20 bill and go down to the dollar store and buy me $20 worth of crap to put in the stocking. And I had so much fun, just like, pulling $20 worth of gifts out of that stocking.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I'm a cheap date when it comes to Christmas. I don't need a lot of expensive stuff.
What's people saying? There's quite a lot happening in the chat tonight, isn't there?
Yeah.
I would stop at Macy's on my way to work on the day of because I half-ass remember the gatherings, but I always gave nice Secret Santa gifts. Growing up, it was 7 of us in our Christmas gift. So see, was it last year? I think it was either last year or the year before. My work Secret Santa, or my team. It was my team Secret Santa. So there was like 7 or 8 of us in the team, and they had basically been copying in the wrong Chris Kelly into the emails. So the only reason I knew about the Secret Santa is because to select your person, you come round, the person organising it came round with like names in a hat. So I pulled a name out of a hat and I saw that I had Stephen and I thought, that's strange, I don't remember any emails about a Secret Santa. But hey ho, I just never thought about it. And then a couple of weeks later, they came up to me and said, doing the Secret Santa today, yeah, you ready? And I was like, what? I was like, I had no idea we were doing it today. And they were like, what do you mean you've no idea? Like, you were copied into all the emails. And I was like, I've not received it. Anyway, turns out that it was because they had been sending it to someone else. But anyway, we had our team Christmas night that night. This is a really long story, and I'm starting to question whether it's even that interesting. It's not really. I probably shouldn't have. The length of this story versus the interestingness isn't the right balance. Anyway, the guy who I had moaned because someone in the team took all the gravy at our Christmas we went out to a restaurant and had dinner together. And he moaned that this person had taken all the gravy. So I decided, you know what, see for his Secret Santa. I got him some nice stuff, but I also got him like a gravy boat, and everybody in the team bought a tub of gravy and wrapped it up. So when he got when we had like a Christmas huddle, a Christmas team meeting, and he got all his Secret Santa. So see when he saw all of this stuff wrapped up, he thought, oh my goodness, he's like, that must be because because Chris feels bad because he forgot or something. But no, it was like 8 tubs of gravy and a gravy bowl.
Did he enjoy it or was he upset?
No, he's got a great sense of humour, so he loved it. Like he thought it was hilarious. But I think his wife took it down to like the one of the food banks and handed it in there the next day. But yeah, I says that's what you get. Don't ever moan about not someone stealing the gravy.
I just remembered another bad experience like that. When we were in fifth grade, we had a Secret Santa in our classroom, and we had to buy gifts for our classmates, and there was one nasty, mean kid in there. And of course, I ended up getting his name. And I went with my mother to shop for him, and I didn't know what was what. My mom was paying for the gift, whatever it was. It's like, oh, do you think he'd like this? Do you think he'd like that? I had no idea. And there was a cash limit on it. So she ended up buying him this bag of like little toy plastic cars, and they didn't even have moving wheels. They were just like pressed plastic mold, models of cars. Really not particularly nice. And I guess they weren't really age appropriate. But anyway, come the day to exchange the gifts in the classroom, somebody went and took his gift and hid it somewhere. It wasn't me, and I have no idea to this day who it was. And everybody got a gift except him. And then of course, he was hurt and started crying. And then finally, somehow the gift was revealed or uncovered and opened in front of everybody, which then also humiliated me because it was basically a gift more suitable for like a first grader than a fifth grader, and he got it. And so it was like, this whole big, horrible, humiliating thing. I had completely forgotten about that until we started telling stories about bad Secret Santas. But it reminded me, last year they had a special, I think I saw it on YouTube, about all these British comics complaining about bad Christmases and all the stuff they hate about Christmas. And I was like laughing my ass off. It was so funny about how much they were bitching and moaning about all the things that they hated about Christmas. And I mean, they just made it really funny. I don't know.
Hi, Ashley. How are you? Ashley's here.
I saw Jackie saying something back there about she just pulls out an 18-inch tree and plugs it in and it's ready to go. I was wondering whether Elle has her own tree or just the one tree in the house. My parents had like a tree in every room at some point. My sister really loved to decorate. So she had a little tree in my mom's room, another one in the living room, and one on the rec room porch, kind of, and decorations all over the house. It was kind of crazy. And I have a lot of little trees around here. I have like I guess it's a 18-inch tree too, but I don't bring it out anymore. I don't have much real estate for it. It's got one of that like fiber optic light, which I love. You don't even have to decorate it because it's like silver branches, like aluminum foil, but they have like changing fiber optic lights in it. So it just kind of sparkles and twinkles. I love it, but I just haven't brought it out. So I have a handful of little dinky model trees all around the room. And one of these days, I know Simon was after me to give a tour of my apartment, but I can't really do it on my laptop, and I haven't figured out how to use my phone for one of these to do it. And my place is so filthy and such a hoarder's nest that I think everybody'd be mortified. They'd be more mortified than delighted by stuff I have here. I have to do a major cleanup first.
When you say filthy, is it just like clutter? Or do
clutter and dust. Quentin Crisp used to say, after the first 3 years, the dust doesn't get any deeper. And I've lived here for 40 years. So yeah, it's like a Chinese box accumulation of stuff that you can't even get at things to dust anymore.
That's not something to brag about. You need to get that sorted. Get yourself a wee feather duster and get that.
Well, I don't see any dust around me, but I guess if I go digging in the darkest corners, I would see it. But it's more, you probably would see more clutter than you would see dust in here. Yeah, it doesn't really look dusty, but it is pretty cluttered. There's stuff piled up everywhere.
Fair enough. Mandy says, only if you have bodies hidden in there, Robin, otherwise no judgment.
Oh. I do have a lot of paper. My landlord got on me about paper and boxes accumulating, so I did have to weed that out. But it's, stuff just starts piling up and piling up again. You get rid of stuff and then it keeps coming in, piling up again. I don't know how anybody can keep a nice, clean and tidy home. Is one of you the cleaner, or are you both pretty clean around the house, or who does the tidying up there?
To be honest, Sandy kind of does most of the housework in here, so he does. We both go through our phases. There's been times when I've been the one that does most of the stuff, and there's been times when he has. But definitely right now, Sandy does, especially the last couple of weeks because he's been off work, on furlough.
The only thing I'm good at keeping out after is dishes, because before I lived here, I had roommates, and they would always fill the sink with dirty dishes. And it's like nobody wanted to do the whole household's dishes when you had roommates. And it was horrible. And so I learned to clean my dishes right after I finished eating, And in fact, I got to the point where I basically was only using one set of dishes, one plate, one cup, one bowl, one set of flatware, and I would just wash them and then set them in the dryer rack, But yeah, those days of having to empty the sink out and then fill it with hot sudsy water and soak everything and go, oh, it was such an ordeal. I learned my lesson.
We've got a dishwasher, so we just throw the stuff in the dishwasher, although the dishwasher has seen better days.
Do you have a washer and dryer too?
For clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah says, my mum had a great story about that. Communal living, and one guy wouldn't ever clean his greasy pots and pans. After being asked to clean up several times, they put the dirty dishes in his bed. Aye, fair enough.
Oh.
I mean, see if you live alone and, you leave your dishes to the end of the day, or even leave them for a couple of days, do you know what I mean? You're not going to use that many dishes, I would imagine. So, if you live alone and you want to leave your dishes for a bit, then that's fair enough. But if you're living with other people...
Did you see what Justin just said?
No, what?
My mother always says, why couldn't I get one of the clean ones, meaning gays?
Clean ones? How does that mean gays?
I guess he means one of the gay men who's very, into grooming and cleaning and, orderly and refined and all that kind of thing, I guess.
Instead, she got Justin, who's a slob. At it.
I guess that means he's a slob. I don't know. Organized and clean because I'm a slob, he says.
Yeah. I love those, Justin.
I saw somebody online who posted today who knits and crochets, and he had an interesting post because he said when he was growing up, he had two older brothers, and he and their father, they were all sporty types, but he wasn't a sporty type. His grandmother taught him to knit and crochet, and he was really into that. So, he got into the habit of making, all these baby blankets and things for all the relatives, his brothers and his father always made fun of him and teased him and put him down, and sort of bullied him about it when he was little,
Yeah.
And at some point, one of the brothers, I think they might have been twins or something, one of them ended up coming out and he had made peace with him, but the other brother still, bullied him and put him down about knitting and crocheting. So now the mean brother has a girlfriend who's expecting and had asked him to make a baby outfit and baby blanket for the baby they're expecting. And so he said, am I an asshole for refusing to do it? Because, he treated me so badly all through the years. And the father too, the father said, grow a tougher skin, get over it, and now the guy is saying, am I being an asshole for refusing to do it? Because, they, gave me such a hard time about it. Now they want something from me for it. And the father's basically telling him he should apologize for refusing to do it.
Right. That's
So
a really hard thing to judge, to be honest. You need to know the ins and outs of the situation, like what is the current situation between them, I don't know. It's really hard to judge something like that from the outside looking in, I think.
His response to it was, oh, you need a baby blanket and a baby outfit. Tell me where your registry is. So he was going to buy them a gift somewhere, but they wanted it handmade by him. It's like, no, you abused me my whole life about doing this. I'm not going to make this stuff for you and put it. And people generally don't appreciate the time put in on knitting and crocheting. It takes a lot of time and effort to do it, and people just think it's like machine made. It's like it's easy. It's not that easy. It takes some effort. I don't know how I got on these rants. Boy, this is a really Scroogey, Grinchy December Christmas live. I'm going off into all these nasty stories. Oh, Sarah's leaving us. Okay, y'all, it's been fun. Nice chatting with you.
Bye, Sarah. You want to start thinking about doing some readings?
Yeah, we can do some readings. We've had this little runner at the bottom of the screen, but nobody's popped any questions in yet. Does anybody have any questions they want to submit to us for? We've been on almost an hour already, bitching and moaning. Bitching and moaning about the holidays. Well, actually, I do have a good recommendation. I posted it even online on Facebook. I don't know I think it's a British cartoon, so it may have aired over there. I don't think it's aired in the United States, but I came on it accidentally on Amazon. There's this cartoon. Do you know this cartoon over there, this winter holiday cartoon called Stickman?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen it? It's about this little family of sticks that lives in a hollow tree. It's like a mother and father stick and 3 little baby sticks. And it takes place in winter. And, what happens when Papa Stick goes out for a jog one day and a dog gets hold of him. And he goes through all these adventures that carry him further and further away from home. And he keeps trying to get back home. But they wrote a book, but they also turned it into a little half-hour cartoon, and it is fantastic. Right. You know the actor Martin Freeman. I think he played Bilbo or Frodo or whichever one of them. Yeah, he's the one that he's the one that plays the voice of the Papa Stick, a stick man. Right. And it's narrated by Jennifer Saunders. I know you know her, right? Yeah. And Hugh Bonneville plays Santa Claus, the voice of Santa Claus. Mm. And those are the 3 main ones. It's really, really good though. So if you have Amazon Prime, and a lot of us do, I recommend checking it out because you can view it for free on there. It's only half an hour.
Yeah.
So cool. Mandy's leaving too. Bye, Mandy.
Yeah, we've got Mandy and Naomi and Sarah are all off tonight.
My God.
So see you all later, guys. Jackie, we've got Jackie's asked for a general reading.
Okay, let's do this thing. I'm going to use my winter weight for this reading. See what that brings.
Do you have any objections if I do a 4-card spread, Robin?
Not at all.
This one that I don't actually have, the Winter Weight. Do you like it?
Yeah, there's 2 of them. I think they should do another one. Like they seem to do. They did it early. I think I have the first one, and then they did a revised one. But I like this one. It has these lovely, sort of like plaid flannel pajama type backs on it. And I don't usually like red and green together, but this is kind of nice, actually.
Right, a wee general reading for Jackie.
I almost never feel like I have enough to hang my hat on when it's a general reading. But you go ahead. What did you get out of it? Because mine is, I don't know.
It's funny, Jackie, right? The 4 that I said I'm doing a 4-card reading, yeah. So my 4 positions, and this are strengths and weaknesses, assets and opportunities. So I've added in assets to my general readings, just because I think it's quite good to take a look at what we've got. The tools that we've got, the experiences that we've got that we can use, we can apply ourselves to. And Jackie, I'm pretty sure that I've said that I've gotten a similar read for you before. So your strengths is the Son of Wands, so that's kind of like the Knight of Wands if you were comparing it to an RWS. The Knight of Wands is, all fire, he's the fire of fire. So it's all about taking action, about getting his hands dirty. If there's a situation that needs creative energy and enthusiasm, the Son of Wands is your person. Do you know what I mean? So by extension, Jackie, you're that person.
Hang on, let me pin you larger so you can show us your cards better.
Oh, yeah, sure, no worries. So there's the Son of Wands. I'm using the I keep forgetting the Wild Unknown tarot. So yeah, lots of fire energy, lots of creative energy, and this is a strength that you've got that's coming out for you just now, Jackie. So I'm not sure what situation you find yourself in, or you might be finding yourself in, but that's a strength that's really going to kind of be good for you. Weakness, I've got the 6 of Wands. Now it's interesting because I'm sure I said this to you before, Jackie. Your weakness is actually kind of praising yourself. It's recognizing your own abilities and your own strengths. So the 6 of Wands, if we just think about what that means, it's like this kind of victory march type thing. That's what we normally associate it with. And yeah, so the 6s are all about kind of harmony and victory and like kind of that happy feeling, but that happy feeling that we get through hard work. We've battled our way through the 5 and we've got to the 6. And the 6 is really, it's that exchange of energy that we get when we praise ourselves, the crowd praises us and all that kind of thing. So I'm pretty sure I've said this to you before, Jackie. You need to praise yourself. Do you know what I mean? You need to recognise what you do well and when you've done something well, and you kind of need to give yourself a wee pat in the back every now and then, because I've seen that here and I've seen it before when I've read for you. I think that you're maybe either too hard on yourself or you maybe just gloss over your own achievements and stuff like that. So, yeah, just take some time to kind of recognise that you are an amazing person, and we all know that you are, and give yourself a wee pat in the back is what I would say. Assets, we've got the 4 of Swords. So maybe you're coming into a time when you can, have a bit of downtime, take a bit of a rest, a bit of time away from all the craziness. maybe you've got something that you need to do, which is going to require all this fire and creative energy and these wands cards that we're seeing here. And your asset is a wee bit of time, some thinking space, some thinking time to actually be able to apply yourself to it and not feel too under pressure. And then opportunity, we've got the Chariot. So again, Chariot is another one of these kind of traditional victory type cards. It's about, bringing into control the different aspects of your life, things that it's about bringing order out of the chaos. Those the horses are brought together, and it takes a lot of willpower and strength of mind to be able to get those horses or sphinxes or whatever you've got in your Chariot card to get them pointing and moving in the same direction, such that they maneuver your chariot in the direction that you want to go. It takes a lot of strength to be able to apply it to achieve that. But there's an opportunity for you to do that, for you to kind of harness that strength of mind that's needed and to use that to drive yourself forward, and ultimately achieve victory. And then the last thing I like to do when I do these kind of general readings is just add everything up and see what the kind of personality of the reading is. So we've got 7 for the Chariot, 12 for the Son of Wands. So we've got 19 plus the 6 is 25, plus the 4 is 29. 9 and 2 is 11, which I think 11 is strength in this deck. And you can reduce that further if you want and get the High Priestess. So real strength from within, whether it's strength or justice anyway. You're talking about real inner strength and being able to kind of stick to your principles, be proud of yourself. And yeah, more about what I was saying about, thinking about the weaknesses. Just really be proud of yourself is what I would say, Jackie. And that's me. What have you got, Robin?
Wait, let me unpin you. Wait, how do I do that? Now I'm lost. Oh, exit solo layout. Okay. I don't know if this is getting in a sticky area or not, but let me ask Jackie, are you possibly considering some sort of a partnership? Either romantic or working or some sort of relationship with somebody? Because I have here, I have the Lovers, I have the King of Pentacles, and I have the Page of Swords. And in this deck, the King of Pentacles looks a bit satisfied, but also a little bit contemplative, like they're considering something, like possibly considering the Lovers card, considering maybe dating or considering some kind of a partnership venture or something. I'm not sure. The Page of Swords seems to indicate to me conflicted action about your thought process or communication process involving this partnership.
You've got an answer there, Robin. Jackie says, have a new boss starting in the new year, but no other relationships on the cards.
Okay. So are you perhaps concerned about the new boss? I mean, this card looks kind of concerned. The thing that stuck out to me is that king has his foot on the bull's head. So, I mean, I thought that was a really telling sort of image. I mean, I guess that's true in other RWS cards, but it really stood out to me in this card. I don't know why. It kind of jumped out at me. I don't know if that's significant of something. I guess a bull could be a boss or somebody in charge. Is there some kind of a dynamic going on there between you and the person that's, is it somebody, you said new boss starting, is it new to the company or somebody that came up in the ranks that you might have had trouble with in the past? I don't know. But there's something going on there with that foot on the bull's head. I don't know. You have any thoughts on that, Chris, or am I making much ado about nothing there?
I've never noticed the bull. Is the bull's head just an addition in the winter weight, or is that an all rider weight, Smiths? Because if I'm honest, I've never noticed that before.
It's in all of them, but this card
Oh.
is usually very hard to make out the details.
Yeah.
And that one's kind of, more obscure underfoot at the bottom of the card amongst a lot of foliage and his robes and everything. It seemed to stand out more in this card because it's covered with snow and it's a different color, so it contrasts a bit more.
Yeah.
But
So the bull's head makes me think of the star sign Taurus. I don't know whether the King of Pentacles is normally aligned to Taurus. But
well,
yeah,
there are bulls on his throne. There's 4 of them on 4 corners of the throne.
yeah. So
So
maybe
he's
there's quite a high Tyrian energy there, and I think Tyrians can be quite. Yeah, I'm no astrologist, so I'm not. I'm probably not better to shut up and not talk too much about it. But to me, Tyrian energy is quite stubborn, quite set in their ways. Once if they know how they want to do something, then they can be quite hard to, make them listen to a different way of doing it. So it makes me question whether your new boss that's starting, if this is indeed who we're picking up on here, Jackie, it would make me question whether this person might be a wee bit more controlling than what that you've been used to in the past. They might want to take the bull by the horns, and they might want to kind of have, how whenever a new manager starts, I know that I've certainly experienced this. Whenever you get a new manager starting in a place, they kind of want to prove themselves. They feel as though they've got something to prove and they want to put their own stamp on. And sometimes to people who have been, doing the job for a long time, it feels quite oppressive, and it can be quite difficult to deal with. You've got your Page of Swords coming in there at the end. Now, your king, I don't actually. Jackie, are you? I'm trying to think what you do. Are you a teaching assistant, or is that am I confusing you with someone else?
Chris, can I jump in for a second?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, I'm looking at this card more. I'm thinking, well, it's funny because you jumped to the king as the person coming in, and you know me, I always think of the middle card as the querent. So I saw the king as Jackie. Now, if I look at this as Jackie, she's on her throne. This is a well-established throne. It's got all her markings on it. There's the four bulls at all 4 corners, so it's kind of her territory, and she's got her foot down on top of another bull. So it's like she's got her routines and her patterns and stuff there that she's used to. There's somebody coming in from outside that may alter that, or may be a threat to that, or may change her perception of her position there. That's what I see. And the thing about the page with the sword is kind of like, might want to be a little bit more contemplative, or don't rush in with the sword with the new person. It's kind of suss them out first before you assert yourself, over assert your position. See where they're coming from before you get too defensive, if that's a possibility. I don't know, maybe you're not a defensive kind of person, but if they come in and you're feeling like they're treading on your territory or getting in your face, try to figure out where they're coming from, and don't get out the axe right away to chop off their head. To sort of be a little bit more open or understanding, or trying to figure out where they're coming from before you jump to any conclusions. Or, in other words, don't let your any I'm not putting this well at all. Yeah, if you're feeling territorial, don't let that take you over, I guess, is the best way to make that brief. Sorry. Chris, you can have the floor back.
No, you're fine. That's fine. I don't really think I've got much to add. So yeah, no, I don't think I've got anything to add to that, Robin. So no, that's cool.
Shall we try another one? Is there anybody else out there that we can give another shot to here? She says, current teacher is leaving and we're hoping to recruit someone new. No one in line yet. Yeah. So yeah, I just say, it's going to be a new process for you and a new process for them. And, just be aware of that.
Aries and Taurus. She says the King of Pentacles. Gosh, that's a very dominant combination, isn't it?
Oh. King of Pentacles is Aries and Taurus?
Yeah.
Huh. Regina wants a general reading for 2021.
No worries.
Okay.
What's your birthday, Regina? I will work out what your card, or have you already worked out what your card for 2021 is?
Oh, Ishi took the Aries and Taurus reference from the Ultimate Guide.
So the 19th of February. So that makes you a Pisces, doesn't it? So let's see, we've got 19 to 2021. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So you're looking at the star. That's actually quite a nice card to have for 2021, because I think no matter what your card of the year has been for the for 2020, I think everyone's had a bit of a tower year in 2020, Regina. So to have the star as your 2021 card, I think that's you've kind of lucked out with that one, because the star is like that's what you need after the tower, is that it gives you that guidance and that healing. That we all need to kind of not get over, but like kind of work through what's happened during the tower period, and make peace with it, and build something from the wreckage. Let's have a wee look and do it. I'll let you go first if you want, Robin, if you want to pull cards first, but I've not pulled any cards yet.
Yeah, well, there's not too much to say here, but building on that key word you said, building, I've got, if I can get him in the rack here. I've got Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. And it looks to me like all of them are, in the Three of Pentacles, we have three kids building a snowman. Then the Knight of Pentacles is carrying a cup full of snow forward to someone rather contented about, all the things they've accomplished and built. So I'd say this, in 2021, there is this notion of building towards something that you're pleased about. And I don't know if I can say much more about it than that.
Okay.
Building on what you've already started. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're okay. I was just going to say I can. So I've done a similar reading than what I did for Jackie. So strengths and weaknesses. For your strengths, Regina, we've got the. Do you want to bring me back, Robin? Oh,
I'm trying.
For strengths, we've got the Five of Wands, and for weaknesses, we've got the Emperor. So it suggests that strength in competition. Do you know what I mean? A lot of us struggle when when we're challenged, and a lot of struggle with that kind of aspect, that kind of competition. This would suggest that you're not one of those people, or at least there's a, in 2021 there's a kind of major situation going to be happening for you where competition is actually going to be a strength for you. So the competition is going to be your chance to shine. It's going to let you kind of stand out from the crowd. So if you're given the opportunity to compete, although I mean fives are like kind of cards about conflict and insecurity and instability and that kind of thing, and balance. So it always starts out as a bit of a tricky situation, but if you can work your way through it, it's showing up as a strength for you. So you're going to be able to make a success out of it, and maybe kind of use the fact that you are kind of being placed among other people to to show that you're better than them, essentially. The Emperor is the weakness, though. The Emperor brings order out of the chaos. So maybe something you want to have a think about is, you're kind of obviously in that, we see in the strengths card that you're getting your hands dirty and you're competing. That can leave a bit of chaos behind, what I don't know what situation we're looking at, so it's kind of hard to put it into context. But when we do compete and when we are a part of conflict, we need to take some time to kind of just to bring a bit of order back from the chaos, both like kind of externally in our environment. If we've created chaos, it's always nice to kind of try and put that back together, but as well take the time for ourselves just to kind of bring some order back in, within ourselves. Take some time to meditate, take some time to kind of just reflect on what you've done, what you've learned, and if there's anything you could have done better. For asset, we've got the Six of Cups, so you've got the opportunity to go back to your roots here. This is quite a nice card for the Six of Cups, actually. You can see the tree, and it's kind of a lot of its roots are all kind of, there's loads of colour in the roots here. So an opportunity to go back perhaps to something that you've done before, something that you've done in the past. That might be coming back for you in 2021. It might be that there's something that that you had to stop, or that you've lost in 2020. That you've lost in the past or had to stop in the past, that's coming back for you. The opportunity, we've got the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is where we grow our intellect, we expand our knowledge. But just take care, because obviously the Three of Swords can be quite a painful card, so that knowledge can sometimes come with a price. When you cut to the heart of something and you really kind of you look to find out the facts behind stuff, sometimes it can be painful. So perhaps there's a situation in the past that wasn't fully dealt with, wasn't fully investigated. You are going to be able to look at that again, but just kind of arm yourself, I guess. Arm yourself for what you might find. Let's add them up. So we've got 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 6 is 18. So, right, okay, so your card for the year is the Star, and then the personality of this reading is the Moon. The Moon, depending on the type of person you are now, we said that you're a Pisces, didn't we? So, and I've got a really good friend who's a Pisces, so I know that, Pisces, people who are Pisces suns tend to thrive in that kind of moon energy. It's where you can really kind of just kind of sink in and let your subconscious or your unconscious kind of come out, really kind of explore your unconscious. The only thing is to take care, because obviously when we start kind of looking into when we're surrounded by that unconscious energy, sometimes we can forget to come back to the conscious mind, and that can kind of leave us, very, very much up in our head, and it can be quite a difficult place to be sometimes. So just make sure that you're looking after yourself. Again, kind of like I was saying about the Emperor card, just make sure you're taking the time that you need to, you know, do a bit of self-care, put yourself kind of back in order and stuff, and reflect on everything that's happening. So yeah, I hope that's helpful.
Okay. If there aren't any other questions, then maybe we call it a night, unless you have anything else you want to talk about, Chris. It's a little shorter tonight, but it looks like a lot of people are heading out. It's only a couple left in the room, and it's probably getting late there for you as well.
I'm off work tomorrow, Robin, so this is one night where I don't have to rush off. But if we're calling it a night, if not,
wait, we got one more. Ishi's got once one.
21st of May.
Simon just popped in.
Oh, hey, Simon. We've been on since 9:30.
Simon, you're up late.
He asked how long we've been on for. Yeah, 9:30. Simon, did you not get a notification? Because I know that when I was looking for the thing on YouTube, I had to search for it. So I did. I don't know if anyone who's here, did you guys get a notification to say we were going live? When I looked earlier on, Robin, this afternoon, when I was looking at my YouTube, I couldn't actually see it. I couldn't see it scheduled.
Oh.
So I was like, "Oh, has Robin cancelled it and not told me?"
Well, this is the problem I had before. I told you when I posted, I can't see it, but you said you can see it. So I thought, well, I guess everyone but me can see it. So I don't know what's going on.
Actually, are you a Taurian? Are you a Taurus? I've just been saying about how stubborn Taurus is. I feel bad now.
Who, me?
No, Ashi.
Oh.
No, these guys didn't get a notification. All right, okay, that's I wonder why that is.
Yeah. Simon, did you just stumble in here, or does it say somewhere that we're on live now? I mean, how would he know?
Yeah, so he didn't get a notification. Lots of people didn't get a notification, Robin.
I've been not getting notices lately of other people's lives, but it seems like about half an hour in or something I get one. So I don't know if it popped up late or not at all.
Oh, so you're Gemini, right? Okay.
Simon just got into bed and checked his phone, and there we were. Huh.
One of my cards just flipped. Now I need to find it. Maybe not. You want to go first, Robin?
I might need a minute. Well, I've got the 8 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Page of Wands. So looking from this, I'd say you're leaving something behind. You're thinking and discussing the idea of some new passion that you may wish to pursue in the new year. That's the abbreviated version. They're pretty cards, though. Let me put them on the rack to show you. Ishi, do you have a new venture that you're contemplating starting?
She says yes, Robin.
Something that she's passionate about. Yeah. It looks like you're going to take command of it. grasp the passion. Take command. Don't be afraid to move forward.
Those are definitely nice cards for a for a change, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hi, Diane. Oh gosh. Oh, just flung my cards everywhere. Right. Terrible at shuffling these days. So Ishi, your card for the year for 2021, I think, is going to be 13, which is the death card, yeah. So big change happening, which is in line with what Robin was saying. Maybe having to accept that the change might not happen in the way that you're hoping. Usually when Arcanum 13 comes up, it's change that's kind of forced upon you. You know, we don't tend to see the death card when, you know, we've made up a nice mind map and we've made up a nice bullet point list of how it's going to happen, and then everything goes through exactly as we've planned out, and we're highlighting things out as we go along. That's not, for me, that's not really death energy. Death energy is when something, you know, hits you suddenly, you know, the change is thrust upon you. And the key to dealing with that is really to accept what you're not in control of, you know, accept what you can't be in control of, and don't spend your energy trying to you know, trying to control things, trying to control the uncontrollable, I guess is what I'm saying. And accepting the change that comes with it. But anyway, let's pull some cards. Okay, nice. Death card came up. Okay. Ash, for your strength card, I've got the World. So let's see. It's strength is the World being your strength card would suggest that whatever the change is that we're looking at, whatever the change is that's going to happen, you're equipped to deal with it. Do you know what I mean? You're fully realised in that particular area. You know, you've got all the tools, you know, under your belt that you need to be able to negotiate this change. I think that you're where you're going to struggle is actually, and I know you've just said to me you don't fear the death card. This might be quite a difficult change to accept, though, is what I would say. Because you've got the death card has appeared in your kind of weaknesses slot. So actually, just kind of the actual dealing with the impact of that change initially, and accepting it, and just, you know, dealing with that, you know, that transformation journey might be a bit of a difficulty for you. Okay. Forewarned is forearmed is all I would say. So Robin's cards spoke about change. Your card for the year seems to be all about change, and change seems to be coming up in this reading as well. And I'm pretty sure that you're planning on making some changes as well, just from conversations that we've had. So, you know, you've got your strengths card that really says it all. You've got everything you need to be able to deal with this, but don't put too much pressure on yourself to be completely in control and, you know, like deal with it like a pro. Do you know what I mean? Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself. We all struggle from time to time. So just kind of accept that you will have limitations, and it's just kind of how you deal with that, I guess. An asset that we have is the Mother of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles energy. Queen of Pentacles is like your mama bear energy, you know. She's like the kind of big mama energy. She'll, you know, she loves her kids to bits. So kids I need to put that in inverted commas here, because when we're, this is kind of obviously a general reading, so we're not necessarily talking literally about kids. But when I say kids, it could be like kind of something that you're working on. It could be your project, that you call your baby. People call the thing that they're working on their baby. It's that kind of thing. But the Queen of Pentacles are kids. She loves them to bits. She'll do anything for them. She, even if it means she needs to kind of, she's just as good at encouraging good behaviours as she is at dealing with negative behaviours. So if there's something that needs to be nipped in the bud, the Queen of Pentacles is pretty good at dealing with that shit. So she is. She's also she won't hesitate to protect her family from anything that will threaten it. And in particular, we're talking Pentacles here. We're talking about security and that kind of that homeliness feeling. That feeling of safety that we all need, and that we all get from our material world, our house, our food, our money. You know what I mean? That's the whole point in those things. It shows that we feel safe and secure. The Queen of Pentacles, or the Mother of Pentacles, won't hesitate to protect her family from anything that threatens that safety and security. So that's all coming up as an asset, So these might be aspects of your personality that you have, Ishi, that is really going to kind of come in handy for you in the midst of negotiating this change that we're talking about. The opportunity that we've got is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords for me normally speaks about, being in, it's a kind of stalemate situation. Naturally, it's like kind of negotiating that kind of being in two minds about something. Now, that there's two ways of looking at it. It can either be that you aren't sure about how you feel about a situation, that i.e. you're in two minds about something, or it can be two external minds, so two conflicting forces, and you're essentially sitting like piggy in the middle between them, and you're having to kind of deal with that. Now, that doesn't sound like a very good opportunity, it doesn't sound like something that I would particularly want, but the fact that it's coming up as an opportunity suggests that you're going to be able to make something of it. Okay, yeah, there's going to have to be a clash at some point. That's what we see with the Two of Swords. The medicine or the remedy for Two of Swords is some sort of confrontation, some sort of clash. But once we can kind of deal with that clash, then we, again, because it's coming up as an opportunity, that would suggest to me that the situation that you're going to find yourself in after that could be quite advantageous to you. So let's have a wee look and add these up and see what we get. So we've got 21 plus 13 is 34, plus the 2 is 36, plus the 13 from the Mother of Pentacles. Oh gosh, I've forgotten now. 36 plus 13 is 49. 9 and 4 is 13. So we get death again. Transformation is the key. Yeah, so death is the personality of this reading. So it's focusing on the transformation again. So big changes happening. And yeah, I think that's very much going to be the focus for you for 2021-ish.
It's funny, Chris, as you were doing that, I was thinking, well, after this, we should probably pull a card for the week or the short time ahead. And I was shuffling and I pulled a card. And right when you were talking about the Queen of Pentacles, that's the card I pulled, Queen of Pentacles. I thought, oh, maybe I jumped the gun on pulling a general week ahead card for us. Maybe this card feeds right into your reading, emphasizing or re-emphasizing that Queen of Pentacles energy. But I just thought that was weird that exactly as you were talking about her, that card popped out of my deck. Yep.
That's pretty cool. I hope that was helpful, Ishi.
So why don't we wrap up with a single card pull for the next week or so.
Cool.
The time ahead. Oh, I've got the Page of Wands again. I don't know, the same cards keep popping out, jumping out of this deck. This one depicts him looking at the top of the wand, and there's a little pile of snow sitting right on the tip of the wand.
Robin, look what card I've got. Same as you.
Is it?
Yeah, Daughter of Wands. That's the Page of Wands.
Wow. That's bizarre.
I know. Talk about your synchronicities, eh?
What do we take away from that? Page of Wands. Moving forward with our passions.
So, do you want me to speak or
yes, please?
So, Daughter of Wands or Page of Wands, really focus on your creative energy and your ideas for the week ahead. The great thing about the Page of Wands is or the Daughter of Wands is their their enthusiasm and their drive and their desire for adventure. There's always these light bulb moments. They've always got new ideas. There's all this creative energy, and it's all coming out, and it's almost like it's coming out too fast for you to do anything with. Just the kind of pitfall of the Daughter of Wands or the Page of Wands is you can end up with a load of unfinished projects unless you you harness that energy and use it. You consciously kind of direct it in a way where you're going to kind of put it into something. All these ideas can end up in unfinished projects. So just be conscious of that. Don't start something right away. Do you know what I mean? Like, give it some time. It's kind of like that thing. If what I try to do when I want a tarot deck, unless there is some sort of time sensitivity to it, if it's on eBay and I see it, and if I snooze, I'm going to lose. I try and kind of give it a couple of days, maybe a week or two, just to kind of let the excitement and that desire for it kind of die down a wee bit, and just let my conscious mind go through it a wee bit and think, right, what do I want this for? Do I really want this? And that kind of thing. I think we sometimes need to do that with the creative energy and the ideas that come up, because sometimes you can think, oh my God, that's such a good idea, I'm going to start that, and you can put so much energy into something whilst that you've still got all that kind of hype feeling, and then it can end up being wasted sometimes if you don't have the drive to actually see it through. So I feel as though I really focused on the negative aspect of that card there, and I didn't really need to do that. But definitely, enjoy that creative energy, use that kind of enthusiasm and that flow, and just kind of try and be conscious about directing it in a way that that's productive.
Yeah, I can see also about the enthusiasm of things coming up soon. So not only are we rushing towards the new year and new possibilities, over here we have a change in the government, which is exciting. We've got a vaccine on the way, which is exciting. And, a whole new year full of possibilities coming up. But we also still have the holidays coming our way soon. So, I mean, if you're passionate or excited about that, there's that too. So there's this kind of youthful enthusiasm about what's ahead, regardless of whether you pin it on the holidays or the year coming to us. Also, I've been watching today, I don't know anything about this whole Brexit thing, but that seems to be in our news today too. So that's something going on with you guys, right?
Yeah, I guess as, but to be honest, I can't really be arsed with it all. Yeah, they're going to do what they're going to do. Do you know what I mean? There's no. My trouble is if I start getting into it all, I'll get myself wound up when there's really not much I can do about it. So I'm all for keeping informed and stuff like that, but I try and kind of create some distance between myself and all the politics, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. So, I guess that's about it. And maybe we'll see you again before the holidays, or if not, then first week in January. But keep an eye on this channel, I guess, and hopefully next time there'll be a little advance notice. I don't know. Maybe I should start posting it on Barely Balanced Facebook page or something. I don't know. All right. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. And thank you, Chris. And happy holidays, everybody. Like I said, we might see you again before then. We hadn't talked about whether we're going to do one on, was it the 20th? So
21st, I think, is it not?
Yeah.
This is the 7th.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. See you all later.